You have now clocked into another episode of the Part Timers podcast.
We'll lead on to the next album, which dropped obviously recently. Ghetts has dropped his album. I mean, who wants to take their opinion first?
Dwain's clapping away, so you can go through.
This album here? Listen, man. Nah, this album is sick. Already, I know we're not grading, but it's like a 9 out of 10 already. That's me on the first listen, on the first couple listens. Listen, yeah. I should have known Ghetts was on crud when he brought out Icy Free and Skengman. Because I said, this is fucked. Like, even I listened to Skengman. Stormzy did it. Stormzy came through second verse. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. When Ghetts came through with the last verse and the different rhyme schemes and how he was spitting, I said, yeah, this album's going to be different. So obviously we get to the album. Sorry, I'm very excited. This album's sick. We get to the album, yeah, I hear Fine Wine. I said, this guy's on something different because it seems like now this is a new lease of life. It's like I'm listening to a new artist. Like the evolution of Ghetts is nuts because to see from where he was to see how he's spitting now, the clarity and the confidence on this album as well. Him saying like, bruv, like I'm the good, like what? Like it's sick. Like the bar that stuck out to me in Fine Wine was what's it? I don't care about nostalgia. My best years are ahead of me. And the way he's spitting, I believe him. Like I believe him. But even the way it goes back to what Dan said about how artists are making well throughout albums, how it kind of transitions into Mozambique and then Fire and Brimstone and Hop Out and just the transitions and how it goes. And yeah, this album is sick, man. The features are wavy. Obviously, Dan's guy Ed Sheeran is on the album. Sonia with Emily Sandé is sick. It's always good to hear from Emily Sandé. I was a big fan of her first two albums. But I really enjoyed this album, man. It's a mature Ghetts. I said I am comparing it to kind of how him and Kano are just kind of being themselves and maturing over certain albums. But this album is sick, man. Like honestly, the way he's rapping, the clarity, the rhyme schemes, the songs, bruv. Yeah, man. Sick album, man. Sick, very wavy.
Solid. Chris, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm never really gonna have that much to say about any Grime Stars album. Anyone that knows me knows I do not like Grime. Period. I don't like it.
This is
one thing I did rate about this album, however, is that, like Dwain said, this was not like the tinny, shitty kind of Grime that I used to hear where too much was going on. One thing I never used to like about Grime is too much was going on. I couldn't follow it. I could follow this album quite nicely. I like the use of like string instruments and some of the beats as well. Like I feel like it wasn't like you didn't listen to this and think this is a traditional Grime album. So I like the evolution, like they said, of Ghetts. Will I go back and listen to this album again and spin it? Probably not. But I liked it. It was a nice listen. Like I didn't hate it for what it's worth. Like, yeah, what that Ghetts. He's definitely not like the same guy that he was. There's been evolution on it. Hop Out, I'll spin because that was a banger. But yeah, this is all right for me. It's only ever going to be all right for me, but I can appreciate what he's done. I can appreciate like the development as an artist. And yeah, like Thing said, they said his best years seem to be ahead of him.
Sorry to Thing, but even like tracks like Autobiography, where just anyway, I've said too much. You lot talk. Otherwise, I'll go on for time.
I don't like I said for me, it's always going to be hard for me to get enthusiastic about this kind of album, like it always is. You get me? But yeah, I didn't hate it.
Fair man. Tev?
Boy, yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. This is probably one of my I feel like this is one of Ghetts' great projects.
Damn.
Like this was well planned, well thought out. Even like I said, the transition, like listening to that album from the first track into the transition to Mozambique, it made even Mozambique feel like a whole new tune. The way that it just, you know what I mean? Like I'll be honest with you,
like a whole different song, bro.
Like a whole different song. Like it's crazy. It's actually crazy. This album is one of those ones where like these are the standout albums now.
Damn. Like
he's had albums in the past like Ghetto Gospel and all those other joints when it's like, yeah, those are your. This is one of those. This is one of those pieces you can actually put next to those classic albums. Like, and this is the part when I was also talking about gigs earlier on. Sorry, just to bring it back, but like in terms of like artists in the UK, when we're talking about elder statesmen, people like Ghetts and Kano dropping albums like this is exactly what I'm talking about. You're showing the levels and the progression, even the fact of like you said in that lyric when he's like, my best years are ahead of me. I feel like Ghetts is going to give us great music going forward from this. This isn't like he's done here. This is just like, yo, this is now where the art, I've taken the art of spitting to and whatever. It's not ghetto no more. I'm not coming onto a rhythm that's 140 BPM and shelling. Even songs like Skengman, fam. Before, you would expect Ghetts to come there and absolutely drop, you know, it was just shelling all over the rhythm everywhere. Skeng, man. Letting it breathe, just coming in casual, smooth. You know, you ain't got to talk too much. You just know Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. It's a great album. I enjoyed it from front to back. And this, as much as I talked about Slow Tie, I feel like this is an album where I will be listening to it back and forth, back and forth. There's songs I can go back to. Even the fact of like just having the song with Skepta, like the IC3 song, that when it first dropped, that's a monumental moment for the game. I can't lie. Like when I first heard it was even coming, like the 15-year-old in me was jumping up and down because it's like these men have been going back and forth. They'd never ever, apart from fucking with the team, they'd never been on a track together. And it's like now, obviously, coming back full circle, and obviously Skepta bringing back the old school bars that he was spitting on radio, this, that, the other. Like it was just, yeah. There's a lot of great moments in this album.
They're restoring the feeling, bruv. They're
restoring the feeling. But one part I would definitely say, and I feel like I'm coming for this guy now, but Giggs' verse on Crud was not it, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That was not it.
Raw.
It was not it, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I love Giggs.
Wasn't it?
I agree. Man said something like make bread, bakey.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the thing is, he came after Ghetts just shelled for like.
Yeah, that's true. That's the five.
I was like, bro.
Like I said, I love Giggs.
You know, maybe it's too far, yeah. But you know, there's that one guy in each family that's kind of a bit old, like the old granddad. But you love him even though he says stuff, and you're like, what are you talking about, granddad? Like Giggs is that guy, in it. Giggs is the guy that he's been around for ages. You love him, so you just be like, come on, put arm around his shoulder. Like, come on.
But sometimes he does pop up with a mad thing.
Sometimes that's the thing with Giggs. He'll just come with something. And you're like,
and you're like, damn, okay, I remember.
All right, cool. I remember. Like you said, that we were talking about the tune with Georgia Smith. That is a cold record. An absolutely cold record, and which is why I was saying
he probably had to go pick up his daughter or something after the tune. His mind wasn't in the song, man.
But that's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, like I said, this album, loved it back to front. I got no, like, yeah, you said a lot of points you covered in it already. I enjoyed the album solidly, and like I said, I think this is one of the standout albums that Ghetts will have in his career because I feel like it's.
I think this album can like raise the bar as well. You see how 100%. Like I compare it to like obviously this might say we're way off, but I compare it to like when Burna Boy dropped African Giant. I really feel like that reset the standard for those type of albums, and I think without that, I don't know if Wizkid's album would have been as good. That's how I take it, and I do feel like this is going to be one of them landmark albums that's now reset the standard again. Like this 100%. Is now the benchmark. I
feel like with albums like this, the albums like this is also like Kano dropping Made in the Manor.
Yeah,
when it's like you're really just putting everything in the artistry and like showing your journey as an artist and whatever. Like, yeah, these are just those albums, classic, iconic albums. So, yeah, man.
Hey,
Daniel.
Yeah. Nah, great album. Like T was saying, Ghetts has been an artist for a while. Like, I think even when there was a lack of these type of albums, Ghetts was putting out ghetto gospel. Like, he was putting out cohesive albums from years ago. And he just wasn't getting the respect he deserved, really. Yep. Like, he showed his ability to make the versatile tunes, but also make a cohesive album. Like, so not to drag Chip through, but like, say Snakes and Ladders. Like, I know it's a mixtape, so it's different, but like, Chip showed off his versatility, but couldn't make a cohesive project. Like, Ghetto can do that and still make a project that sounds good and sounds together in it. Mm-hmm. But Ghetto Gospel and Freedom of Speech and all that stuff, he showed like how we can make different types of albums. Like, he's always had that skill. Even Ghetto Gospel 2 was that, which was like a couple years ago. So he should have had that respect from time. And I'm glad now. I think this album, there's more eyes, more ears that are gonna hear it and be like, rah, this is the guy. Like, he's a GOAT. Like, there's no question. Like, there's pretty much no one in the game that can step to him. Like, pretty much right now.
Not now. Not now.
Right now, in terms of what he's done, in terms of freestyles and in terms of songs and in terms of features, like, he's nuts. Like, he's the best. And this album, like I said, is a culmination of that. Like, he's crazy. Like, this album, like Dwain said, the fact that how the songs blended into each other. Like, I'm glad T said that about Mozambique. Like, where Fine Wine went into Mozambique. Mozambique sounded like a different song. Like, I'm sure there was some different instrumentation in that.
Yeah,
they put in the album version. I don't know, but it sounded mad the way it came in. And then the person chose autobiography was mad. Just hearing that journey,
that story,
like, and talking about him with Kano and the old Nasty Crew and coming up with Nasty Crew, being with Dizzy, like all that stuff. And and when he talks about road, see the difference is with Chris. I understand what Chris is saying about the road thing. I agree to an extent, but I like when people talk about road and then talk about or a bit introspective with it. Why are we in this position? What we're doing? And I think Ghetts does that perfectly, innit? And talks about how he's progressed and how he's changed as an artist, which I think is sick, innit? Like, yeah, he's one of the best. Like, and like you said, the features. Do you know what I wish though? He didn't release so many tunes before.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I didn't hear Mozambique. I wish I didn't hear Skengman. I wish I didn't hear No Mercy. Like all these tunes, like IC3, of course, IC3. Like, I wish I could have just listened to the album as a complete new project. Like, I think that would have blew my mind even more. But that doesn't really take anything away. That's just me in it. Like, it's still crazy. But yeah, back to front, insane album. I still need to let it sink in. I've only given it like 2 listens, and it's only been out for a couple of days. So I want to give it its time it deserves, innit? But yeah, no, man.
We're gonna look back at this album. We're gonna look back at this one and
We
be
get
like, one of them moments, man.
Yeah, no, I hear that completely. No, for me, I'm not gonna act like I'm the biggest Ghetts fan from time back and whatnot, but in terms of a project, and based off listening to his last few projects before, I can definitely see how he's packaged this together to make every song have a sick transition, and that's one thing which is very underrated in album making. And like I feel like not a lot of people talk about how people transition from song to song. So obviously with Fine Wine, he started just on like Grease, and like his transition with the change to Mozambique was incredible. I disagree with you, Dan, in terms of I'm happy he released songs separately, because in I think Mozambique came out first, then IC3, then Skengman came out in that order. So for me, it was like having Moonchild and JK on the track. It was like, okay, this is Ghetts, solid, like bars, whatever, yeah. Then IC3 was like, all right, cool, I can do a throwback with like, because he's obviously some new artist and he's going to throwback. But then him bringing it to Skengman is like, I'm also messing with the elite of the current music as well. So
no, I get the thing is, I understand why he did it. Don't get it twisted. Like, I understand why. I'm not saying that it will draw in people that may never have listened to the album. Like, I understand that. But for me, I would have just liked to have heard the project
altogether. Now that's fair.
Without knowing any tracks. Like, to me, that's sick because I'm an album person, innit?
Yeah.
So like, I'd rather listen to the whole album and then be like, rah, this dude's hard. What's this?
Another one, Fire and Brimstone is cold as well, fam.
Fire and Brimstone.
I was about to say that.
Cold,
that transition from Fire and Brimstone to Hop Out.
Yeah, cold.
I wanted to run. I wanted to get in my car and put a balaclava on and just start shooting everywhere. That's how that song Hop Out made me feel like on a mad thing. And I'm not incriminating myself. I wouldn't do this. That's how that song made me feel.
You got drillers in West.
No, you run West. Like, say it. You run West. It's all right.
Here we go. But yeah, the only song, if I'm being honest, the only song I didn't like, but this is just me in it. That Good Hearts Shoes with Ida Lee or Lay. I didn't like that song at all.
Wait, what, we rating Ed Sheeran?
What? Yeah, why not? What's wrong with Ed Sheeran? Ed Sheeran,
nice. Allow it, bro.
But
you're going on like Ed Sheeran's not talented, like
when he's not on rap music.
Oh, bro, Dan, come on,
bro.
Man.
A-Team, cold song,
phenomenal,
but not this.
Take Me Back to London. Awful.
Listen, listen. Basically,
so that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not talented.
If you're white with a guitar, don't ever touch nothing with none of that shit, bro. None of that shit. Don't do that, fam.
But no,
because this is the same hate that Chris Martin gets. I'm saying go through all the dons that are slated on this pod. I'm saying there's connections, you know.
Listen, just because Tevin made an agenda about you, don't try and switch it on me, my guy.
That's deep.
When Ed Sheeran touches rap music, I know he kind of started in that place. But for me, it's a no, bro.
I really like that Sonia track, though.
What with Sonia was sick.
Yeah,
Sonia was Emily Sunday. Like that song, I've grasped a lot of it in terms of, I know it's only been out for like a couple of days, whatnot. But it's like talking about escorts and like how his love for this escort called Sonia. So now, if you haven't listened to people listening, listen to the album. This album is top notch. I like.
And Emily Sunday needs her flowers, bro.
He does. He's sick. I was like, when she released her first couple of projects, her albums, I was a fan. And even before that,
she doesn't get rated enough, bro.
So, but I'm not gonna lie, she's elite, but I also feel like props which haven't been thrown out is Mira May on Squeeze. Incredible.
She's new though.
No, but her vocals on it was.
Oh yeah, I mean she's on the come up, but yeah, she was good. She was very good.
Dave and Wretch's verse on it, that was incredible to have them on the same song. And obviously Pasalu and Back Row G, they incredible song. Because I remember when the video was about to come out, I messaged Dad. I think he put it on his story or something. I messaged him. I was like, bro, Dan, this song already, I know it's gonna be fire, and it did not disappoint. So
listen, Back Row G is my guy. Well, I'm Parsalu. We've been talking about him for a while now, but
4 minutes.
Back Row G, the energy he brings
Crazy.
is nuts.
Crazy.
Yo.
Whoosh.
Yeah, man. They're gibberish, but yo,
Dush.
that's my guy right now, bro.
Nah, he's very cold. He's a very, very cold. But yeah, in total, Ghetts held his own on all these songs. I can't say that anyone outspun him, but as a whole project, I feel like he did a very, very good job on this album. So yeah, it was lit. I can't lie. It is what it is. But is there any songs that no one liked? I know Dan doesn't like the 10,000.
No, I don't mind the track. I just would rather not have Ed Sheeran on it.
Okay. Anyone else not like any songs? No.
Yeah, it's not like this. Yeah, I'm
worked as a project, innit? I still need to, like I said, I need to give it a few more lessons, innit?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I said, it's a great project, but I definitely need to live with it more. I know I'll appreciate it way more once I listen to it more.
That's it.
Like from the first listen, my opinion on it is this is a great piece of music. Like this is a great piece of art. Do you know what I mean? That's another transition I was gonna say, like with Ghetts, that he's doing that a lot about these, or I feel like he's transitioned to more as viewing his music as art as well. Even from the time when I think it was probably maybe his previous album, he had like an exhibition of like pictures and stuff like that from all his come up and whatever. I can't remember what it was fully, but it was like an exhibition of this is Ghetts. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, appreciate the music, appreciate how he's transitioning in the game. And these are, as much as this is the thing, like, you know, with rappers, there's not a lot of like US rappers that are like past 40. You got your people like Jay, you got Snoop, but no one's really listening to Snoop like that. I feel like Ghetts is going to be one of those rappers. He's going to carry on rapping and we'll just carry on listening. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And I feel like he was going to be relevant with whatever content he's going to be dropping, because obviously, like you said, he talks about the family stuff. He talks about his life now. He talks about, like I ain't had a case in 8 years, this, that, the other. I'm clean. I'm living in a better place. All these things, man. I feel like
he takes you through it, like everything he was going through at different times of his life as well. So that for me, this album,
you can really paint a picture, boy.
I know we're not doing ratings and whatnot, but yeah, Dwain, I'm not mad if on the 9 out of 10. I think it's that good. I'd like to listen to this in October, November times.
Yeah.
Just think about what it was in the moment. But yeah, no, it's good.
Any other music that came out?
A couple singles, Lucy's. I don't think it's anything major. I know Mahalia dropped with Rico Nasty. There's a new artist that Rangi told me to listen to called Tempest. But I think she's American. She has a couple songs out. She's called. I don't think there was anything much from the UK though. Yeah, nah.
I don't know if we talked about this song, but AJ Tracy and Digga D.
I was just looking at bringing it back.
Yeah, that bangs.
That song is
crazy.
Fam, even the dance moves in it just makes me crack up, bro. Because it's like a TikTok hood version. I was like, bro, that's just doing spin.
That's actually very accurate, you know. That's actually very accurate.
It was that funny when I watched the video today.
Yeah, that's actually very accurate.
The hood version of TikTok. I like the fact of like they were actually bringing it back to some of their most popular freestyle stuff.
That was it.
The visuals in that is sick. From the fact of they had Digga D outside doing the
Next up,
and then they had AJ Tracy doing
packages.
That was sick. I like that.
You might have heard JLS's drill tune.
That was horrible. My God.
Listen, is that actually the JLS?
Oh, bro, no, it's not JLS. There's no way that's JLS, bro.
I actually thought that it was a new artist who just named himself JLS.
That's what I thought.
And he must not understand. You know, everyone's like, he's young, he probably don't know who JLS is or whatever. I just said, my name is J L something S whatever, but yeah.
Who is this? Who is this? Is this one person? A group of people?
It's one person, but it was. Do you know what shocked me though? It's on the JLS official account for Spotify. So that's the part I was like, wow, please don't tell me Omar or Otis or them man decided to be drillers.
In Penn. Ain't that one of them Doms?
He got free. It was acquitted. The woman, he was acquitted basically of all charges.
I just remember when they got dropped it to. I think it was Rangi that dropped it.
Rangi dropped it.
It reminded me of the time after I listened to it. It's like when Dan said, "Raw, Wegz, you're spitting now, yeah," and he had that mad tune. I was like, "What, Raw? What song was that?"
That track was dead. I don't know what you were doing, my guy.
Terrible.
He even got H for the feature, bro.
I know. I was like, what is this garbage?
Hey, search Wegz and H. Search Wegz and H. Bro.
Wegz, yeah.
That's not actually JLS.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think it is.
Nah, it's not. It's not.
Are you sure though?
You lot
Nah,
put
it's
him
not
in.
JLS, it's not
Bro,
Bro,
it's on
it's
the
not.
JLS
There's no way,
official
bro.
account
There's
for
no
Spotify.
It's not. When I clicked on the album, like the you know on Spotify, if you click on the artist, it'll take you to the discography, right? That was the only song on that there.
Bro.
When I checked.
Yeah, no, now it is, but before it was on the JLS thing. Like before,
Yeah.
when Ranky dropped it into the group, it was on
So
the.
that
JLS.
sounds to me like it was a mistake. Then I don't think that's actually JLS's tune. I think
Okay,
it's
fair enough.
It sounds like Spotify.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it was a mistake.
Who's that JLS guy then? Whoever it is, he probably has to change his name. He probably had that song removed from.
Copyright gone.
Yeah, trust. Nah, it's still up. It's still up. But yeah, he ain't gonna be able to keep that name for a long time, boy. But yeah, man, do you know what's funny about that though? As much as I think the controversy of him naming that song by JLS, whatever, he's got 257,000
Definitely.
in like a day, bro.
Great marketing.
Yeah, I might like change my name to like if I wanted to start rapping, just call myself like Jay-Z with 2 E's or something. Like Jay-Z.
Yeah, man.
That gets me.
That's funny.
250,000 listens just off the fact of people thinking, right, JLS are making drill now.
Yeah, you have to kind of rate that, That's
I'll be honest, the fantasy was funny though for a minute. Just thinking these man actually said we're coming back with a drill album.
Yeah. I was spun. I can't lie. I was spun when I heard it. I was like, fuck.
I just can see them busting dance moves to the drill tune.
Oh my god. A part of me also felt like, but if they were actually doing it, I was like, your label, they are trying to ruin your lives now, bro. They have control over every part of your life. If they're making you go into the studio and make drill music now, you lot are done, bro.
Yeah, you sold your soul in that contract, bro.
Trust that contract, they must have you by the asshole in that contract. They're making you make drill music now, bro.
Drill music, that's nuts. JLS, that's nuts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is, man. Thank you very much for clocking into the Part-Timers podcast once again. We apologize we ain't been about with content for the last few weeks, but we'll try our best to be more consistent, man. You know what it is in the Pandejo and that. I've been Chris, Tevin, Wegz, Dwain, my boy Daniel. You already know what time it is, man. Part-Timers podcast.